Well, for me, if you talk about social change, you need to talk about collaboration.
It's about the exchange of information and expertise.
You have people participating with you, so the answer cannot be single. It represents a lot of different minds. It represents a lot of points of view.
Any entity or number of persons working together toward a united effort.
When we went to art school, we were never taught collaboration. We were taught how to be geniuses, able to create major masterpieces and be the best in the world. So it was a word of competition and merit.
It has been said before, and it's worth repeating, that we can do a lot more together than we can alone.
When I was young, it was almost unimaginable to have the kitchen in the living room, because the kitchen was for the woman, the living room was for the man, or for the social life if we were thing. So now, most of the time, the kitchen is very close to the living room, and it's because it has been much more collaboration between men and women. When women started to work outside of home, men very often started to cook or help with the kids or things like that. So I think that's a wonderful social collaboration.
Beginning, I was wondering if the collaboration would really be real between us and those guys, because the connection was so loose in a way.
Each of those musicians had only met about 2 weeks prior to when they got here, and so they had been working together and exchanging and co-creating for a short period of time.
Us collaborating with Redux, who got the people there, who helped to get the people there, OneBeat, who helped with the programming, and us that thought that we could collaborate with them and it become positive and become meaningful, turned out to be a great collaboration for us.
Everything is set in stone.
When we think of art, as far as we're concerned, is communicating. Visual arts, dance, whatever kind of art, we're talking about communicating. As he said earlier in the show, we're talking about using communication to help communities, bring communities together. I'm Theron Snipe with Connected Too, and what are we doing with tiny businesses? We've created a concept of businesses we call tiny businesses. That the big box stores and the franchises just can't achieve that, can't do that for a community. Tiny businesses will survive cultural changes such as gentrification. The fact that tiny businesses can be powerful in the effort to create community. Tiny businesses can support mentoring programs, apprenticeship programs that help to develop youth, and also economic development in our communities. And that through art, in whatever form, that we can communicate that tiny businesses are nimble, that tiny businesses are adaptable, that they're necessary for the people and the community. So these musicians that we have here today, through their art, may very well create and leave us something that may very well become a connecting thread that helps us to communicate our mission to have tiny businesses remain powerful in our communities.
How I envision community owned is not just to be a regular financial institution that does everyone's banking and financial businesses, but also being real active in the community as a leader within the community of Charleston.
That's the kind of thing that small businesses need. They need the support of their town. They need a voice in their town when repairs and those kind of things are done. I think the town owes a little responsibility to notify businesses that, hey, your street is going to be closed, and maybe make changes for that.
I was immediately interested by OneBeat because when I heard it was musicians who were going to work together without having met before. And they had applied to be free to work together with other people they would not know, but from all over the world. So there was a spirit of discovery. So that the first thing I talked with Elena on the phone, I said, what do you mean by community? What are you looking for? Because you know we cannot abuse the tiny businesses and then appropriate the way they work and the way they talk and make a beautiful musical thing, and then so what for them?
What has to happen as a result of that collaboration is they have to have a voice.
A sense of the local, which really made it very powerful.
Hill's Liquor Store, Ernie's Restaurant, Brooks Restaurant, Brooks Motel, Morel's Shoe Repair, Green Shoe Repair, Halston Funeral Home, P&G Corner Store, Montez Real Estate, Matson House, Huggins Shoe Repair, Glasses Grocery Store, Books, Herbs and Spices, Nobel's Camera Shop, White House Grocery Store, Memphis Dry Cleaners, Jack Gatch's Garage, Jules Millinery Shop, Robinson's Florist, Richardson's Garage, Broughton's Grocery, Rotenberg's, Jabbers, Whitney's Store, Brown's Store, Cohen's Photography, Ross Liquors, Lee Barber Shop, Plymouth Congregational Church, Harley's Grocery Store, Cunningham's Laundromat, Lawyer Aaron Harvey, Tobias Barber Shop, Family Barber Shop, Dr. Norman Wilson, Dr. Carl McFall, Handyman Exchange, Hayward Funeral Home, Cunningham's TV Repair Shop, Lawyer Payton, Funderburg Barber Shop and Beauty Parlor, Ellen Bright Hall, Reed Brothers, Father and Son, Bluestein's, Boris Sokol, George's Pawn Shop, Edwards Five and Dime, Reader's Men's Store, and Mildred's Tailoring. These are all small businesses that have closed.
Didn't sleep last night. Mama, things are getting tight. I see the most perfect sunrise.
I had added a lot of names. We are at 50 or 47 or 50. And I said, well, we need to use that because I think there is an emotional part that everybody from around the world or the audience can feel about that when you just a list of names, but maybe some people from Charleston would recognize them maybe. What the musician heard that without any rehearsal with Deborah, but just rehearsal through them, they had an idea.
Mama, there's no place I can stay.
invite my brother Sam up to the stage. Sam, where you at, Sam? Come through, Sam. Make some noise for Sam. So, Sam, what's up, my brother? What's up? Actually, Sam actually lined me up yesterday.
I feel that as we need to come together as a community to try to keep things going and staying positive, just staying focused on life, and just continue being strong. It's just amazing how you can just bond from other people from other countries in a short period of time. So it's like naturality is for real. Realistically, it is for real, you know? Like we talk, and even with the young ladies, not even the fellas, the young ladies too. It's like we just bonded just like that, and that's what life is all about, you know? Just trying to stay positive, staying focused. My shop is right down the street here on King Street, 1100 King Street. And I've been there for 20 years, but I've been cutting hair for 28 years. I also got my OJT, I train barbers and everything. And it's been paying off all of these years, you know, so I just thank God to continue to grow more and more and being successful in life. I'm not a man of a lot of words, but they dragged me into this.
One important part of collaboration is to start with not even common, but a vision you develop together. To push for autonomy before you push for consensus, because autonomy guarantees that you will understand your place in the collective or in the collaboration. You have to really work at being equal in a way, and that's constant work. That's what you have to do in any collaboration, and definitely in a network of tiny businesses.
I don't think there's any one answer to how collaboration is beneficial. I think it just is, and you have to be open to putting the time into figuring out what that looks like.
Relationship doesn't mean you are going to love each other right away, and there are people you will work with you will never love or have any affection of that sort, but there is a complementarity of things, and that's what relationships are important for collaboration, and how it develops that the complementarity of everyone's skills.
That whole OneBeat initiative was a part of us being able to expose a group of people to what we're trying to do, and that can't do anything but help our overall mission, our overall goals of the Connected to Tiny Business Project.